This time it's Mrs. Carr's opportunity to go first. The San Francisco Crime Lab has recently had a huge scandal over how it's handled evidence. How do you feel about the crime lab in our district?
Well, I'm very proud of our crime lab. First of all, it's state-of-the-art. We are fortunate, unlike San Francisco, to have a brand new facility. It's at the corner of Heading and Guadalupe, down in the government center. But when I saw the news break, I went to my chief assistant, my number 2 in the office, and he oversees pretty directly the crime lab. And he goes to the operations meetings and meets with them on a weekly basis, if not more, on certain issues. And what we looked at was, can that happen here? Well, we have ways that we handle evidence in ways that San Francisco did not. And when I first took office, we had a case that had arisen when I was not the DA under my predecessor, and we had a problem with one of the criminalists. Well, when that happened, I asked DOJ, the Department of Justice, to send me one of their criminalist supervisors who came to our crime lab and did an outside audit. Again, spent a week with us, wrote up a report, looked at all of our operations to say, what can we do better? What aren't we doing well? And so we made some changes over there, and that's why I put my chief assistant to be directly responsible with our lab director. So can I guarantee that if somebody wants to steal something that they can't figure out a way to do it? Probably there's not very many guarantees in this world, but we have lots of oversight, and we've looked at those very issues to make sure that what happened in San Francisco won't happen in Santa Clara County.
I've worked with our criminalists very closely over the 15 years in my career as a district attorney, and they're excellent. You know, they're very highly trained, they're very objective, and they're really just outstanding. Occasionally we have had some issues in the district attorney's office, and one thing the district attorney left out is we did have an issue at some point a few years ago, which an internal investigation was done instead of bringing in an outside agency to do it. If there's problems within the crime laboratory, I'm going to be looking to outside agencies because I think it's difficult for us to investigate an agency that we direct. And so overall, you know, when I read what was happening in San Francisco, I felt bad for my in-laws who live in San Francisco. But really, we haven't had any issues like that in our crime lab, and it's really to all our credit.